I don't think a lot of students are aware of the pitfalls that they may encounter as they go through life. And as I've said this morning, it doesn't matter what sort of industry you're going to, or what area you go, you're always going to experience ups and downs. And the ups are great, the downs you've got to overcome. And I've either been fortunate in having a lot of downs or unfortunate. If I'm fortunate, it's the fact that I'm able to come into situations and talk to people and pre-warn them and make them aware of what the pitfalls and the downfalls may be. And I had a lot of those, and it's just how I came over them, how I overcame all the adverse situations that dogged me through my career. So, and it's nice to be able to pass that on. And hopefully that people listen and take it on board, and they'll look back in life and think, oh yeah, he told me that. Yeah, what a great bit of advice that was.
No, they got really involved with the activities. I was really impressed actually. They worked really well in the workshops, picked up what I was trying to get across with the note-taking skills especially, and the prioritising activity, which was they had a list of tasks to complete which were worth a certain amount of points, and they had to gather all the points. I didn't think anybody would win because one of the tasks was to find somebody who shared a birthday, and there was twins. Okay. Prioritising your tasks is effectively time management as well. They come under the same umbrella. So talking about prioritising, looking at what you've got to do for that day. I said in my role I would make a to-do list and look at what the most important thing is. But then also if you have a task that will take you 5 minutes, get it out the way, because then you're freeing up your to-do list for the day. But no, prioritising and time management and note-taking I think are some really important organisational skills that students learning today will help them in their careers.
Time management. Time is your most valuable asset. It really is. The more organised that you are, the more time you have. So if you're in your last year at school, you've got your GCSEs coming up, I would definitely start to plan my months ahead and set targets on what I should know for each subject and try and achieve those targets. There's nothing worse than going into your final exams and thinking, I haven't done enough work here.
I work for the National Career Service. My name's Mira Kotak. I'm working on part of the Inspiration Agenda, which is a government initiative as part of the National Career Service. And my role basically is to link in employers with schools and colleges. So we broker relationships between employers, schools and colleges, looking at their CEIAG programs and seeing how employers can support those programs to help young people become closer to the world of work.
I think definitely an increased understanding about the employer in terms of their sector, the job roles, skills and qualifications they might need if they did ever want to enter this particular sector or research this sector, and particularly to be inspired by the employer that's come out today, because the whole idea of the Inspiration Agenda is for young people to feel inspired and motivated to think about the world of work, to think about whether potentially this is a sector or an industry they could enter. And really, I guess the whole idea of and the overall aim of the Inspiration Agenda is so young people have an increased awareness about the vast amount of sectors and job roles available. So they've actually had an opportunity to listen to a motivational speaker, but also opportunity to listen to various workshops here today. So the whole idea of us is really to inspire and motivate young people.
I mean, what we're trying to do in school is to encourage all of the students to engage with the world of work at an early age, and look at the important skills that they're going to need to develop and foster over time to look at what they're going to do in the future, to enable them to actually go into the workplace and feel a little bit of confidence and have a conscious idea of the skills that they will be using that will benefit and enhance their careers going forward. Really, that's really the idea of the programme. So today was one of many days looking at different aspects, different skills within the workplace. So today was about organisational skills. We've got other skill weeks and themes that are coming forward with other employers coming as well. So I think it's really important that students begin to consciously think about skills, consciously look at how they can use skills in their studies in school, but consciously think about how those skills will feed into the workplace going forward as well. Fortunately, we've got a partnership with the National Career Service, who they've got an inspiration agenda that is about bringing the world of work into schools. Over the many years, I would say that there's not been enough work done in terms of bringing schools and workplaces together to enable students to actually get an understanding about what happens in the workplace, to enable students to be able to look at the skills that employers feel are very important. And also, one of the drivers behind this is that employers today are saying actually there's shortage areas. Young people that come to us don't necessarily have the skills that we're looking for. And that's what we're looking to address. I mean, today was about organisational skills. We've looked at all of the students throughout all of the year. In year 7, actually, they're investing in the whole of their school careers. So if they take on board organisational skills now, and they consciously use them throughout year 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and going forward into the world of work, they will be better organised and more prepared and more successful in the workplace.
Like how to like find a job that you like instead of a job that you'll only like for a day.
And how she sorted things out. Like in the morning she had to wake up about 6:15 or 7:30 and try and race to get dressed so she was able to get to her job, which I thought, in my opinion, was actually very good.
Organised.
Organised, because if she'd ever had that planned, then she would have probably be late for work nearly every day because she wouldn't know what she was doing. Never give up on your hopes and dreams, and always believe in what you can do and what you can't do.
And don't get scared, and if you are scared, then just ignore all the fears and just don't give up.
If you look at it from students, we also brought in year 11 students. For year 11 students, this is a really important year. If organisational skills are probably one of the most important skills they've got to employ this year. They've got to make sure that they're as prepared as they can. It's a short year, there's lots of things, there's lots of demands on them. Organisational skills are key. So actually, an event like this at the beginning of the year for them is paramount. It's very important because it's about making sure that they're successful, and organisational skills and the other transferable skills will be a part of that.
Yeah, like looking at my timetable and making sure I know what lessons I've got in the morning so I can plan better.
And sorting my bag out at night before school so that I know what books I've got.
It's like if you keep everything neat and tidy, then it's you've got more. It's nicer. You keep more space.
And to prioritise tasks, so you do the quick ones first, so you have less time to do it all.
Probably the task where we had to do different tasks to get points, because it was a team building exercise as well.
My favourite was when she described the house and she was talking really fast, so it would give us an idea of how people are going to talk in lectures when we've got to take notes from things.
I think it would be where we did the tasks where we did loads of random stuff to earn points and to prioritise which ones we did first to get more points.
Because it was just a proper insight on what it's actually like and not what you think it's like.
Because it gave you actual idea of how to plan your day out properly in order to get the most out of everything you've got to do.
I think as a school we're at the forefront of something. We're trying to do something that's quite innovative. We recognise that there are skill shortages in the workplace, and we're looking at all of our students throughout all of the cohorts. It's about making sure that they're as well prepared as they possibly can. So we need to build on days like this. We need to look at all of the skills that they're going to need to make them conscious, so they know what the skill is about. They know how to practice that skill. They know how to use that skill. They know how to nurture that skill. So actually, when they go out into the workplace in the future, they're as well prepared as they possibly can be.